All right, Coach, from one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the Kansas City Chiefs.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Ready? 15 on it. 15 on it. Go, go! Max 50. Max 50. I'm on.
Jackson on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
Throwing again. Jackson. They'll rifle this one deep right side. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Last week, somehow they won. He threw all those picks, but they still won. Here, opening drive, unfortunately, he picked up where he left off.
Partner, you get a lot of extra patience when you find a way to win despite you making mistakes. But starting out again this game, that patience is going to wear thin really quick. And I think the guys on the defensive side of the ball will be the first ones to let him know that's got to stop.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Flush to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
Take it, take it. Hey, 25 to Mike. We're going. Echo. Here we go, D. All day, defense. Team. All day.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Dancing to his left. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. There he goes right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. On for the extra point, Giorgio Tavecchio. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
Hey, you don't want to see me. Yellow. Hey, 25 to Mike. We're going.
Now Mahomes to try again after the pick six. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Here we go. Check three.
After the interception, here's Jackson. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
Another try after the first down sack. Jackson flushed out right. He'll try and run it. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down. Now on third down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. From the gun, Jackson. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Jackson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And this is taken in at the 5. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Well, a big play like that looks familiar, doesn't it? Like we saw it a week ago, reigning NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Nothing wrong with being explosive, nothing wrong with being electric, nothing wrong with carrying it over from the previous week off to a really, really hot start.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal. Todd Gurley standing by as lonesome in the backfield here. Second and goal. This will be caught at about the 5. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. One receiver left, 3 to the right. This is third and goal. This Chiefs defense, they're giving it all they got. Here's Jackson. And now finally he'll be forced to go down, just protecting the football, hitting the turf. It's a sack. And now before they run this fourth down play, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and the lead moves to 10-zip. They had it first and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive, but you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. But right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaken. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill with touchdown number 7 on the year. As his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Now it's Jackson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. 20, 10, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings get the quick strike touchdown. The lefty Tavecchio now to add the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Tavecchio. This fielded at the 2. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Hey, 43, 15.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Steps away to his left. Now he's going to let it go. It's caught inside the 25. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. An outstanding pickup there for the Chiefs. 42 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
Easy. Hey, one set. Check Mike 54. Mike.
Mahomes going to throw. It's caught. Smith. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 2 yards that time. A stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Here I come. Hey, 57. 25 to Mike. We'll go 25.
And again, it's Mahomes. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. After one, 17-7 the score on EA Sports. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here.
Charlie, Mike 54. Mike 54.
Now it's Mahomes again. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
Attack, attack.
25 to Mike. We're going 25 to Mike. Oh, here we go. Oh. Zoom, fellas. Let's go. 25.
They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. And he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. From 8 yards out. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. The extra point splits the uprights, and it leads down to a field goal at 17-14. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. Maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly right.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Tim Williams. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end. On 3rd down, Jackson forced out to his left. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down.
My, oh my, they've had some success bringing him off the edge. How about the gambling man who's the defensive coordinator? He's not just bringing pressure. He's bringing a corner to go after the quarterback.
And it's worked twice now, twice like a charm.
And not only has that worked like a charm, he's been awfully disruptive in his usual role covering receivers. Now he's rushing the passer as well.
He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
I got him. Back to mine. I got him.
Attack.
Check right, 50 Delta. 54. Rip right. 54.
Mahomes now to throw. Being chased out left. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Mike 54. Mike 54. Come on, D. Right there. 54. Right there. Bandit. Hey, watch that.
Yellow.
54.
To throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes eluding the pressure right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5.
25 to Mike. We'll go 25 to Mike. Switch. Hey, 25 to Mike. We'll go 25 to Mike. Hey.
Now here's Mahomes. He's got his man. That's Hardman. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Now a play fake here on first down. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
25 to Mike. We'll go 25 to Mike. Hey, we heavy on the edges. Heavy.
Hey, 57.
Hey, 25 to Mike. We'll go 25. Hayward, you can't block me.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes escaping the pressure right. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
Watch tight end. Easy. 4 down.
Now Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Frank Clark fighting his way home to get the sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Check it out.
Jackson to throw on 3rd down. And he's got his man on the out route. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And no pitch there and no chance either as he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Now on 2nd and 13. Jackson, it's complete. This is Todd Gurley. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Here I come again.
To throw on 3rd down. Jackson, and able to find Kirk complete. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Flush to his right. And this one's incomplete. John Ross, the one he was looking for, but it'll be 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over, Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Jackson now throwing again. And an alley to run. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 37. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Mike 50. Mike 50.
Jackson from the shotgun. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson to throw again. Flushed out right. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this 1st half. A 2nd one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
Jackson going deep downfield for Ross. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Ron Thornhill. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the 1st half.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Hey, 25 to Mike. We'll go 25 to Mike.
Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this.
We go. Hey, 25 to Mike. We'll go 25 to Mike. Watch the pass. Hey,
15.
we'll go 25 to Mike. Hey.
Hey.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Buying time to his left. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
He's taken out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Hey, 25 to Mike. We'll go 25 to Mike. Here it comes.
43.
Final shot before the half from Mahomes. They're going deep for Hill. And that'll be incomplete. Now, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
At 25 the mic. We'll go 25 the mic. At 7, let's go. At 25 the mic. We'll go 25 the mic.
Throwing now is Mahomes. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
At 25 the mic. We'll go 15. Watch the backer. Check 9. Check Sunday. Wahoo! 66. Bullet high.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And going deep for Hill. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And that's a 48-yard punt with a coverage holding him to 3 on the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
How about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the 1st down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction, and when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down. Got out of the pocket, didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it, live to fight another down.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to send this one deep. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
Let's go, defense.
To throw again is Jackson, and that is incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on 1st down in this situation because 2nd down,
That gives me an option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. Second and goal.
56. Mike, 56. Right there, 56.
And Jackson throwing once more. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands.
25 to Mike. 25 to Mike. Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the
Fight on these two. Fight on these two.
field. At 25 to Mike. We'll go 25 to Mike. Nice.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. He's going to air one out. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10.
Check tight end. Check tight. Check tight. 50.
15.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Mike,
Now Mahomes. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. First down for the Chiefs. Solid chunk of yardage, 17 on the play. So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it first and 10 up at the 20.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home. Bravo! Right there in the middle. 55. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Mike 55. Mike 55. Hey, eat.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Well, for last week's performance, which was so good, he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. He got a lot of praise, and understandably so, from national media. Looking pretty good on that play, too.
And I love what he told us this week before the game. He talked about how much time they spend working on pass rush moves, every position, because anyone could go after the quarterback in their defense, and you can see how they've all absorbed their lessons.
At 25 to Mike.
Throwing on second and long. Mahomes. Dancing to his left. He's going to take off with it. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
And going deep for Hill. It's caught at the 10. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that will make this a 4-point game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
We got this.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 30. And he'll get this back down to about the 12-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here.
Yellow. 180.
Hey, he's coming to you. He's coming to you. Motion. Hey. At 25 to Mike.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Steps away to his left. This is caught. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
They come out here in the eye. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1.
At 25 to Mike. We got 25 to Mike. Watch the curl. Watch the curl. At 25 to Mike. We got 25 to Mike. You got nothing today. You got nothing.
To throw, it's Mahomes. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
And his kick is good. And that will get the lead up to 14. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Frank Clark able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
To try again after the sack, Jackson. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. Wide open receiver complete. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the 1st. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. We're back now in KC. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the 4th. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's second and a country mile. Jackson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. 81 yards as his guys are back within a single score. Tavecchio good on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Tavecchio. This fielded at the 2. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone knows to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet.
At 25 to Mike. We go 25 to Mike. You're not ready. 15. At 25 to Mike. We go 20.
On first down, Mahomes. It's caught here by Adams. First down for the Chiefs. Solid chunk of yardage. 17 on the play.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
You gonna see me in your nightmares.
Mahomes now on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. This may be one of the best stretches of defensive football that I've seen. I don't know about you. 5 sacks last week, now 3 here in this affair.
I would agree with that, and I've enjoyed watching the skill that's gone into it. You can see the intelligence behind it as well. He's watched tape, and he's setting people up, but relentless. That's the one word that keeps coming to mind. He does not want to be denied at getting to the quarterback.
And they're not denying it. Forced out to his left, and it's incomplete.
Mahomes on the keeper. Thrown away and incomplete. Brings up third down and 17.
The Chiefs on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 17. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. And this is going to be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. This is fielded at the 7. 12 yards on the return that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
Jackson now. That's going to be caught by Kirk. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw.
I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Throwing again on second down. Jackson. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off right around the 43. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it was against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct.
Come on here. Come get some. Here, want it.
Mahomes now on first down. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off near the 29, the 30. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. To Vecchio to add the PAT. And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. This is taken at his 4. Then he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously cost one.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right? Good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Let's go. Let's bring it. Charlie. Hey, 25 to Mike. We'll go 25 to Mike.
On second down and 4. Mahomes flush to his right. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Completes it to Hardman. The end result, 21 yards. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Now it's Mahomes again. It's Kelsey on the ground. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
First down. First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Mahomes will bring him up first and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. Oh, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Jadeveon Clowney racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They face a second down, but they are in field goal range.
Hey, fellas, let's go. I know he ain't got it. Hey, 25 to Mike.
Hey, 15.
Delta.
Hey, 57.
Throwing on second and long. Mahomes flushed out right. Now he'll pull it down, and he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on second down.
Now Mahomes. And he's got it. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
First and goal at the 1-yard line.
The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. The carry here for the big tight end. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Punching it in from a yard away as his guys have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Extra point splits the uprights, and they will take a 7-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're down here in a 1-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. Mahomes going to throw it here. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. after the sack here, 2nd and 11.
I don't even know why this team showed up.
Hey, 57.
At 25 to Mike. We go 25. Buzz, me and you all day. All day. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Back to throw, Mahomes. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
Incomplete from the contact. Brings up 3rd down and 11.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, color.
At 25 to Mike. We go 25 to Mike. You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me.
To throw is Mahomes. Trying to lay one up deep. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. So this one in the win column for Kansas City, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Chiefs, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears.